What's up, you bad motherfuckers? Welcome back to the biz. Oh, I got it. And this podcast, as always, the guillotine, looking as only he can look. And Daddy Rambo sitting on the other side. Welcome back.
Oh man, we just had a great old time. We went out and fixed my car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorta. Replaced the radiator.
It's 95% there.
It's 95%. I thought about driving it without it. I bought a new bumper too.
Yeah.
And I got to paint it.
Whole backstory. What was the issue here?
Well, all of a sudden it started smelling like antifreeze, and it would have just like a little bit of leak here and there.
Yeah.
So I took it over to my buddy John's, and do you want the headphones?
I just want to make sure we're coming through there.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Took it over to my buddy John's.
Not me.
Yeah, John that I work with. Johnny Hollowpoint is his name. And we put it on his lift. He's got a lift, so I put it on the lift, and we're looking around. We're checking this thing all out.
Wouldn't you love to have a car lift?
Are you shitting me, dude?
I'd probably park my car on it.
Yeah,
Just every night in the driveway up.
Yep, just lift it up.
Yeah,
just to flex on my neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, that's right, whore.
Like you
my
ain't
car's
nothing.
Airborne.
Yeah,
it's fucking upstairs. It's on the second floor. Get some.
Get some. You ain't nothing.
Get some. Anyway, so I take it over there and put it up on the lift, and we're running it, and this fucking thing just won't leak. And so basically, from looking at it, we concluded that it was almost certainly coming from the plastic portion of the radiator.
Yeah.
Which is a common issue for early, what do you call it, 2010s?
Late.
The early 10s, I guess?
Late. Yeah, early 10s? Yeah, because 2000s
it's
would
an
be
11.
Yeah, early
So,
10s.
It's kind of a common thing for those. So I was like, okay, so I'll replace the radiator. So ordered a new radiator in the mail. And my bumper has a crack in it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and order a new bumper, too. And I was cheap about it. And I got one unpainted. I was like, I can paint it my fucking self.
Of course. Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, well, I'll get the Duplicolor shit.
Of course.
You know, the good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try my hand at that. I'll probably fuck it up and end up buying a painted one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a hell.
Of course.
So I ordered a new radiator, and it's a fucking job on these Nissans. I took the thing off, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, this thing does not look like it has any cracks in it.
Yeah.
So hopefully that fixes the issue. But I guess we'll find out.
Well, you'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, it's all buttoned up now. Radiator's on. Waiting for paint. It should be here tomorrow. And I'll paint that bumper, slap the bumper back on, and start driving it again. If it continues to leak, then I was wrong.
We'll just set it on fire. Mm-hmm. We'll send a fucking flaming arrow down to that.
I'll just start pulling out in front of people, try to get somebody to hit me.
Good idea. Well, yeah, you don't have full coverage on that thing.
Insurance, baby. I'll pull out in front of them.
Stop short of the red light.
Slam on my brakes, red lights. Yep.
Yeah, I did some mechanical work myself today.
Did you?
Sam's Chevy Cruze front brake pads. That was the easiest brake job I've ever done in my life.
Really?
But then again, I've only ever done brake jobs on fucking
trucks,
rusty hunk of shit trucks. And that thing is 2015, and everything came out nicely. I was done in fucking half hour.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. I did my sister's the other week, like hungover, and she's got a Honda Accord. Yeah, I think it's an Accord. And she took like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking easy.
Yeah, it was so easy.
Holy shit. You know, you take my '01 Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
And to fucking start wrenching on that thing, the caliper fucking bolts are just rusted up. You got to hit it with some Kano first. It's a fucking job, dude.
Well, yeah, the last brake job I did was on my '01 2500, and the caliper on that thing is like the size of that size of this bar right now, dude.
Yeah.
And you got to beat it back in with a fucking hammer and shit.
Yep.
The caliper just laid in there nice and good.
Fucking the rotor's seized on there. Oh. You got to take a 2x4 and stick it through the other side and smack it with a sledgehammer.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a big difference, man. Cars are so easy for stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, like the engine compartments and the newer shit, there's so much electronics and fucking sensors, and So it's kind of like a give and take thing. You know what I mean? Like my truck, I can damn near sit in the engine bay. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I got so much room in there to work on shit.
These dogs are going bananas upstairs.
Yeah, somebody's fucking one of your dogs right now.
What?
Somebody broke in there. They're having their way with your dog. That's what it sounds like upstairs. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, this when she first bought her car, I had to replace the head cover because it's got a like a little blow-by valve for the turbo because it's turbo, like it's a 1.4 turbo or something.
Oh, no shit.
But to replace this little blow-by, whatchamacallit, you got to replace a whole head cover, and it's plastic. Crazy. Everything's fucking plastic.
Plastic.
Yeah, and it was $60 on Amazon.
That's cheap.
Fucking lickety split. Everything's a fucking 10 millimeter on
What do you
these
think about turbos? Do you like turbos?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like they're fucking hot and like it's just fucking issues. I don't know. My mechanic, at least as far as like heavy equipment, is kind of where I cut my teeth in mechanics. So, and those fucking turbos, man, there's a lot of issues with them. So I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical of anything with a turbo in it. I know I like them. I think it's cool, but it's like fuck, man. It's just another problem in my eyes.
I loved that 2500. I wish.
Hearing that bitch whistle.
Oh man, it was all tuned up. You fucking stomp on it, and it's fucking just dumping all the fucking black smoke out, and then that fucking turbo spools up, and you're gone.
Yeah, that motherfucker could roll.
I loved that fucking truck.
Yeah, you fucking Dukes and Hazzard to the guy one time. Ran him off the road.
I did.
Into a pond.
Did we ever tell that story on the fucking podcast, dude?
I don't know. It's pretty intense. I think we might have.
Probably. I don't. Either way.
Yeah, whatever.
It was
neither here nor there.
It was intense, like fucking while camping.
Yeah, a lot of shit going on this week, man, in the outdoor industry, if you will.
Oh, before we get started, where's my telephone? I said on the last pod, I said something that was incorrect, and I want to get this guy's name because he corrected me. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we were like a little put off about it because I remember initially when you said it, I was like,
Well, you know,
but sometimes you get a little. You know?
Hey, me and the guillotine, we get down here, the bush lights start flowing like wine,
and sometimes you probably shouldn't listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, don't ever do that. It's bad news.
Bad news.
But let's see, let me get his name right, because he corrected me. And go fuck yourself. Don't ever do that again.
No, please do, actually. He's kidding. We
Yeah.
appreciate that so that we can go back and straighten that out. Because we're human here. We're sitting here drinking beer, bullshitting.
Yeah.
And it was about the FOC.
Yeah, I said that a shorter arrow was harder to get a good FOC on.
And that's the opposite.
And it was completely correct.
Yeah.
Jacob Easler. I hope I'm saying your last name right. Jacob, shout out. But don't ever do that again. But yeah, obviously, when you think about it, common sense would tell you that a shorter arrow is harder
to get
a good FOC on.
No,
it's easier.
You did it again.
I did it again. Goddamn.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
We're going to have to edit that out.
No, a shorter arrow is easier to get a good FOC on.
Ashtray up in there. Yeah. But yes, a shorter arrow is a little bit easier to get FOC for obvious reasons. Which, if you do a little calculating or you start playing with your arrows, you'll realize that pretty quickly. Yeah. Just because
the whole arrow game it's a thing. Mm-hmm. It's a whole thing. But yeah, thank you, Jacob. But, as I said, don't ever do that again.
Yep. Lesson learned, Jacob. Yeah. I mean, hey, it's, love to have you on sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, so, all right, bunch of cool shit going on. Interesting fact, Maryland DNR said Brood X cicada emergence provided abundant food resources for newly hatched turkeys, kind of like we were assumed. And
I believe
that's what they're reporting, yeah. So there should be pretty solid youth population. But
Poults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Forest Service, I thought this was cool because we've discussed this before. And BLM, not Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
the Bureau of Land Management, also has done this. But the Forest Service is following up. They've announced its final internal guidance on how e-bikes will be managed on national forests and grasslands. The long-anticipated update reaffirms the existing policy that e-bikes are now and will continue to be managed as motorized use. That is, e-bikes will be allowed on all currently authorized roads and trails open to motorized use, but not allowed on roads and trails closed to motorized use, seasonally or otherwise.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about that, John? I think personally, well, what do you think about that? I mean, they're putting these e-bikes basically as a motorized category. So, like for a lot of like backcountry elk hunting and things like of that nature, you're not really going to be able to use these past like trailheads of motorized points and whatnot. Now, what do you think? You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, for the handicapped persons out there, it's probably not that good, but they have their designated zones, right? Yeah. So
Most of the time.
if you're of able body and you're trying to fucking take this e-bike fucking 10 miles in when you can walk it, I think you should just walk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the problem herein lies, and look, I get it. Everybody's like, well, yeah, I could walk it, but it would make it so much easier on me if I could just ride this fucking e-bike in.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the point.
Yes.
Is the fact that, so elk, these herds of elk, they want to be in areas that are not, there's no presence of people. And if we make it too easy for us to get back there and every fucking asshole and his brother are driving these e-bikes back there into the fucking, deep wilderness, it's going to have an effect on these herds, on these herds of elk and whatnot. So I think it's a good move. I think they need to be kind of treated like anything else. You know what I mean? Like, let's not let technology affect the animals. You know what I mean? I think it's good to have to a point, to hunting and like you said, like maybe even allow like certain like handicap, maybe let them use it. I'm not opposed to that. But as for like the everyday guy that's perfectly able-bodied to be taking that thing into the backcountry, I think it's kind of defeating the purpose, and it's going to have a negative impact on the megafauna.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Dude, you give people an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah.
And that's,
And this is just the Forest Service and BLM, and there's going to be a lot of regulation around other...
is that Maryland, or where is that at?
This is the Forest Service. Like, it's a national thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At least I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, thought that was interesting. And some other good news. VA, Virginia, our neighbors to the south,
To the southwest.
lifts Sunday hunting ban.
Beautiful.
So, that is just awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped for Virginia. A lot of Maryland has done that. Some of Maryland still has bans on Sunday hunting, particularly lower Maryland, like our boy Ryan Maitland down
Yeah.
there. Still suffers from the tyranny of anti-Sunday hunting, which is just a fucking asinine thing.
Well, Maryland, isn't it mainly private land that you can hunt Sundays? Or are there...
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. Are there some Sundays on public land that you can hunt?
Some properties, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some properties, not all.
No.
You really need to pay attention.
Most you can't.
Yeah, you really need to pay attention to the rules and regulations.
Yes.
They'll try to F you.
Yeah. I think it almost got me once. I think I even hunted on a Sunday on a property I wasn't supposed to, but I didn't shoot anything. So I was okay.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did.
You even hunted the last day of the season, which wasn't the last day of the season. Thank God you didn't shoot anything.
Thank God I didn't shoot nothing, yeah.
Because it's usually the 31st.
And for that year, it was
the
the
30th. Yeah, and you hunted the 31st.
And I hunted the 31st. Yep.
Yeah.
And luckily I didn't shoot nothing, but...
Really got to pay attention to those rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your book, because it's just shit changes every year.
Mm-hmm. And it could be something stupid like that. Like 1 year you can hunt all the way through January in Maryland, and then the next year you can only hunt till the 30th.
Yeah,
but not the 31st. It's like, fuck, are you just trying to get people fucked up?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, but almost got me. That would have been real funny when I tag a deer and they're like, hey, by the way, you owe us $500.
BT dubs.
Yeah.
You got some fucking DNR guys banging on your door.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, bud. I'm like, what's going on, guys?
What do you think they would do? I mean, it's an honest mistake.
Yeah, you'd probably get fined.
You think?
Yeah.
mean, it's not. You're not doing it in like fucking July. It's a day after.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
That's a good question. We need to get a DNR guy on.
Yeah, I could ask Dave.
That would be.
Haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Just to like pick his brain. Like, what's the dumbest shit you've ever seen?
Oh,
I'm sure they've seen some dumb shit.
sure, they've seen some shit. Yeah, without a doubt.
Phew.
I got a couple things on here. It's something that this was something I was thinking about, and I don't know. I just think it's something to be cognizant of when you're turkey hunting, because me and last year, Runsky and I, opening day of turkey, we, unbeknownst to us, were set up really close to some other turkey hunters in the morning, and it's dark, it's morning, we're setting up decoys. Just something to think about. Be aware of where you place your decoys and where you're sitting, because hey man, you might fuck around and get shot. Like somebody goes to shoot your decoy and shoot you. You know what I mean? So be careful about that.
Yeah, when
Something to
I ordered my decoys, it came with a bag to carry them in, and it's got an orange strip, big like 4-inch strip across the bag to where you carry them.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers are crazy out there, son.
People are fucking assholes. You got a turkey strapped to your back. It's a decoy. You know what I mean? And it's just dangling there. If you ain't got that thing in a bag or something, you might fuck around and get shot.
I just feel like that's common sense, though, dude.
Yeah, you'd think, but you hear these stories all the time of people shooting people. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
It does happen. And I don't understand it. And it's like, you got to have some fucking terrible eyesight.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Or you're just, I don't know.
I mean, what are people shooting at turkeys with a shotgun? Like, how far? What's the distance? I don't even know.
I'd say like 40 and under, or 50 and under is pretty.
50's like max.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, that's for me. I'm trying to keep it under 40.
That's a shot.
Yeah.
But still, like, I feel like you gotta like you should be able to see this turkey strutting instead of just bouncing through the fucking woods on somebody's back.
You don't think, maybe that looks a little off.
Oh well.
I'm gonna shoot it. Yeah, like that's some people shooting people thinking they're fucking deer. I mean, it's crazy.
I can't even fathom that.
No, but that's that like just mentality where it's like, if it's brown, it's down, and they're just, I don't know. They see something moving, they think it's a deer, and they just shoot at it, and they hope it's gonna die.
I've never done that, and I've never seen movement and just boom shot at it.
Never.
I've always made sure what it is, and you can obviously see.
And a step above that, and not only do I make sure what it is, but I make sure where I'm aiming.
Yes,
is going to fatally wound that animal. I don't want to just shoot at movement like, it's over there. I've got some buckshot in here. Like, fuck it. No, I still want to make sure I'm hitting it in the fucking right spot. For fuck's sake, people.
It probably happens more with turkey season because, like, you got turkey shot.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of shots, so you just shoot and hope you hit something.
Yeah.
But obviously, you learn it. Your fucking hunter safety course. Be sure of your target.
Yeah. It's simple shit, really, and it would alleviate any of these issues, but something you hear about every year. So
bad breeding.
Yeah.
Bad breeding.
A lot of that.
A lot of that going on.
Something to be cognizant of while you're out there.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
Anything else you got on there?
Oh, yeah. I got some other stuff. You want me to run through it?
Nah, we'll save for later. So turkey season is within 2 days here in the Maryland as we're recording this, and I'm fucking jazzed. Brought the bow over yesterday, shot it 80 pounds. We haven't talked about that.
No.
Either of our bows.
No.
What? I don't even know how to explain it. 80 pounds. It's glorious. It's not that big of a change, but it is. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
It's
hard to explain to people.
Yeah, because it's so my personal experience with it, my personal, I don't know, evaluation, let's say.
Oh my God.
Is initially the draw cycle is much more difficult, and mine's different than yours. I know yours is not as much of a change.
You would think they were completely different. Obviously, they're two completely different bows, but you would think it was like a fucking Bowtech and a Hoyt.
Yeah,
compared to
or like mine was 80 and yours was still 70.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, and it's so that's the thing that, like, if you're thinking about getting 80-pound limbs, maybe think about. Well, I guess there's really nothing to think about. I guess it's just it depends on your cam system, but like so for John's bow, 70 to 80, it's a difference.
Yeah.
But it's not like substantial. For mine, it's a pretty substantial difference in draw cycle.
Yes.
Mine is much harder to draw.
Yeah.
At 80 pounds with the Venom cam system, with the HBX cam system. And that being said, it's not like it's like going from 60 to 70. You know what I mean? It's more difficult, but it's pumping that arrow out so fast, man. And it's like when you first draw that 80-pound bow, it's like, holy shit, dude, this is gonna take some getting used to. And at first, I'm like, "Fuck, man, did I do the right thing here?" I was like, "Dude, this might be a little bit of a pain in the ass, like for hunting and shit." But the more you shoot it, it's like, okay, this is it's no factor. Like I can hunt with this absolutely, and it definitely takes a little getting used to, and I had to get some reps through it before I started to build some confidence. My first initial was like, man, I hope this is really going to show error in my form.
Yeah,
like if it makes you have to pay attention a little more, which is okay. But the more I shot it, the more I started to really fall in love with it, and just the speed and the power behind this thing. I mean, you can feel it. You can feel it. Like it just really, that arrow's fucking cooking coming out of that bow.
Cooking.
Yeah, I mean it's substantially faster.
Yeah,
like I'd be willing to bet it's like 30 feet per second, 40 feet per second faster.
Yeah, I don't even know if substantially is a good word for it.
It's tremendously faster.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a lot faster.
Well, you got to think about it. So you got a 70-pound bow. You add 10 pounds to that, you're talking about almost a 15% increase in output of power.
Yeah,
10 pounds is well over 10% more. So. Yeah. You're getting a much faster bow.
Yeah.
And it's at the cost of 10 more pounds. It is a stiffer draw cycle. It's harder to draw, but I mean, dude, you get used to that pretty quick, and the reward is, I think it's well worth it. Because see, it's like that age-old debate, you know, and maybe not age-old, but a more recent debate. It's like, do I want a fast bow? Or do I want a heavy arrow? Because I want that heavy arrow for penetration, but I want that speed for forgiveness.
Yeah.
When you add 10 more pounds, it enables you to have your cake and eat it too. That's the way Ryan put it, actually. Yeah. Is now I can have a heavier arrow and still have that speed.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting, out of this 500 grain arrow, say, I'm going to get the same speed that somebody will with a 70-pound bow at a 400 something grain arrow.
Yeah.
So it's definitely got its benefits.
Yeah.
A huge benefit for hunting. And because I want a heavier arrow for the penetration purposes. So I'm pretty pumped about it. I really like it. And especially now that I'm getting used to it. The draw cycle it's harder, but it's no factor.
Yeah. The first couple draws, it's like, whoa.
It's like, whoa. Yeah, buddy.
After a couple, it's...
Yeah. You get some reps in. By the time you got that thing sighted in, you're like, okay, this is no big deal.
Yeah. I noticed after I shot yesterday because I shoot a wristy, I still got marks, actually. I was blowing blood vessels in my wrist.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, like, with 70 pounds, I would draw it, and it would just be, like, almost, like, nothing. Like, almost, I could draw and not really pay attention. But with 80, it forces me to pay attention to my draw.
Yes.
Which might be a good thing. Because it makes sure, like, my hand's in the right place and I'm drawing and I'm pulling through that draw, man. And I'm pulling through that shot to make sure I'm getting a good shot. It's just, I like it. I really like it.
Mine is not that much different.
No.
It's not at all. I guess it's the cam system or whatever else, but it's not that much different.
Yeah.
It feels like the same bow, just a little heavier.
Just a little heavier. And Lucas put both of ours on the scale. Shout out Lucas. He's the bow tech who put the limbs on for us. And he said they're both dead nuts at 80.
And he said the same thing. Mine is a lot more forgiving than yours.
Yeah.
Yours is a fucking horse.
He was like, John's, he was like, I had to put it on the scale just to make sure it was at 80.
Yeah.
He was like, yours? He was like, dude, I knew yours was 80.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's such a difference between cam systems.
Yeah, I mean, you figure last year I was shooting, for the tech, I was shooting a 400 grain arrow at 70 pounds. And I was a number 9 sight tape. For anybody who has a CB, I was a number 9. And now I'm shooting 80 pounds with a 460 grain arrow. And I'm a 6 sight tape.
Yeah.
So,
Even with 60 more grains, you're 3 sight tapes faster.
yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Ripping.
So it's almost like, with that math, just like quickly calculating in my head, it's about 100 grain difference. So a 500 grain arrow is going to move like a 400 grain arrow out of a 70-pound bow. Mm-hmm. That's the same speed we're getting, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I know you told me to stick with the 125, but I'm going to drop down to 100 grain.
You're going to lose FOC, baby.
Man, you know, I want that fucking speed, son.
Yeah. Hey, you sacrifice speed on the altar
With arrow
of
flight.
consistency.
I'm going to see. I'm just going to.
Yeah, you better shoot that before you sell your soul to the devil.
I'm going to keep it where it is right now for turkey season, but tack's 7 weeks out. 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out what I'm going to do real quick.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to keep 125 grain field tip on it, I'm probably going to have to go to a lower profile vane. Because I can.
You can get about 115 yards right now.
Yeah. And if I went, and I was looking, a blazer vane is 0.57 of an inch high, and an AE max is 0.5. So it's not that much difference. But there's a boning heat vane. It's 0.42, I think.
Okay.
So I don't know. I got to play with it.
No, you got to understand, like, even a fraction of an inch.
It's like 5-10 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need much
No.
to make 120. You really need, you're almost at 120 now. You're pretty close to being able to make it.
Dude, I'm going to the tack for that truck. That's where I'm going. I don't give a goddamn about that fucking car.
Your sight can hit that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might have to aim a tickle high on a 120-yard target, but your sight can easily hit the tack.
Yeah, because I really want to be able
Caribou.
to put the caribou. I really want to be able to put my pin on the crease
Of the caribou.
and hopefully it hits there.
Yeah, you'll be able to.
Yeah.
With your setup now. And I mean, hey, I think it's worth trying it out. Maybe try out 100 grain, see how it flies. But I'm willing to bet a 100 grain arrow at 70, 80 yards, you're going to have some inconsistencies compared to 125. That extra 25 grain makes a little bit of a difference, man. It helps it fly more stable.
Well, I did the math. I got the paper in there. At 100 grain, I get 10% FOC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a 125, I'm 12, almost 13% FOC.
Yeah, that's still kind of low.
Yeah. If I want to get to 15% FOC, I need to add another 40 grain, so 145 up front.
And then you'd be sacrificing your distance.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to even hit the caribou.
Yeah. For deer season, I'm most likely going to put that extra 40 up front.
Yeah.
And just fucking throw bowling balls at deer, son.
Dude, for deer season, I'm putting an extra 100 up front, and I'm shooting a 540 grain arrow. Because my FOC is, I can't remember what it is. I gotta calculate it again. It's a tickle light. It's like 13 and change.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be at 14, but that's with a 125.
Yeah.
Because my arrows are not as heavy grains per inch as yours.
Yeah. These Gold Tip Pro Hunters, XXLs or XTs or something, they're 10.6 grains per inch. Mm-hmm. Heavy fucking arrow, dude.
Yeah.
It's a 250, so.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But
The carnivores are 9.3.
Yeah. That's what my,
I think it is.
That's what my 300s were.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Definitely like that. Because that enables, I like the arrows off the rip. Shout out Tim. Fucking hooked me up with them things. I like them a lot so far. They've been flying great. I mean, I've just been. I mean, you know, what do you want me to say? I hit where I aim. You know, they're fucking awesome. I like them.
Yesterday you were just schmacking it, schmacking it.
Just giving it the business. Dude.
Fucking broken arrow yesterday, like a jerk off.
I had a group yesterday from 60, and I had like arrows touching. Like, for fuck's sake, man.
We backed out to 100 for one little group.
Yeah.
My first arrow, fucking
Dead
money.
Nuts, dead nuts heart shot. 100 yards. Like, dude,
Okay.
that fucking thing is on,
It
son.
was really windy yesterday too.
Yeah, it was windy. Yeah. They weren't all good shots, but that first one was fucking, dead nuts heart shot, 100 yards. First one.
Definitely need to practice more because 100 yards this time last year, nothing. But we backed out to like 70, and I was, whew, this is really far.
Yeah.
So
I'm so used to it now. Like,
yeah.
I wanna get out and play around with like 120. I mean, the farthest we've ever shot is 115. So
Yeah.
let's stretch it out, dude.
Well, for fucking prime, we gotta be up there. 120 is like, I would imagine that a lot of the shots are gonna be upwards of 110 on prime.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Or at least upwards of like 80, 90.
Well, you figure we shoot Yeti last year, and it was supposed to be to 80, and the first target was 88.
Yeah.
Second target was like 82.
Well, I get that, but like, dude, with prime, most people's sights ain't going that far, so you can't go much over 120. Like, we might have one at like 122 or something, but it's like, whose fucking sight's reaching that? You know what I mean? Unless you got a long ass draw length. I mean, we're pretty standard draw length. Like, I'm a 28 and a half, you're 27 and a half. I mean, that's pretty typical. I mean, you got some guys with longer draws, but
Good for them.
yeah, it must be nice.
Runsky. He's maxed his bow out.
Yeah.
So he's getting every ounce
of feet per second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is nice. I mean, jealous, but not everybody's got that. So it's like, with that being said, I mean, fuck, most guys are shooting, and we did a survey on the Instagram.
That was very what's the word I'm looking for? Informative. Yeah. What was it? 70.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. So the stats were 9% of people shoot 80 pounds or above. And then for 70 to 79 and 60 to 69, both were 37%.
Yeah.
And then there was 17% that were under 60.
A lot of females.
Yeah, under 60.
Weighed in.
Yeah,
so thank you for that.
So that was really cool to see, and it was mostly under 60, but there was a couple over too. So that's fucking cool. Good to know. That's kind of what I expected.
I didn't expect that at all.
No,
I expected 80% to be 70.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have seen that.
Yeah.
Most people shoot either 60 or 70.
Yeah.
And it was split 37% for both of those. So, I mean,
and the 80 pounds was just me and you and
like one other person.
I think Will chimed in with 80, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Shout out Will.
Yeah, him and Ryan went bow fishing yesterday, motherfuckers. I'm looking forward. I'm probably gonna be going out with them this weekend. So
Ryan's getting all the spoils.
Yes, he is, man. Dude, that Lower Eastern Shore, man.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. He's down there bow fishing. He's got great turkey spots. Like, fuck you, Ryan.
Get fucked.
Get fucked. But hopefully I'll be able to go out with them guys when I go down. I'll be going down this weekend. Going to do some jiu-jitsu stuff with Ryan, and while I'm there, we're gonna turkey hunt and might go out with Will and do some bow fishing. So
that'd be motherfucking snakeheads.
That'd be fucking. I'm pumped for that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool as hell. Never done it, so
well,
I'm looking to learn some shit.
Apparently, because of the way the water surface and everything, you have to aim like a foot lower than what you think.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen and what I've heard.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna whiff on a big snakehead.
Oh,
guaranteed.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know. Does Will have setups? Like he has bows and everything?
Yeah. I mean, from the pictures he sent me, I mean, that looks pretty legit. He's got it all set up pretty good.
I would love to turn the Martin into a bow fishing rig.
Yeah. I got a bow that I got somebody gave me.
Really?
It's like a older crappy bow that I would like to turn into a bow fishing bow.
Yeah, Autumn Sky has everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got to just start doing it. I mean, you got a fucking boat in your backyard,
Well,
dude.
you need a bunch of lights and shit.
Yeah, you do.
You really need a John boat so you can stand up on like the bow and shit.
Yeah.
That's a V bottom out there.
Dude, we could throw a piece of plywood across that motherfucker with some self-tappers and get it.
Yeah.
I ain't kidding.
Hey, well.
We could do it.
I don't have the cash right now.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
So
we'll
we
make
might
it
have to
happen.
send some money in.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, dude, I'm pumped for bow fishing. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm ready for turkey.
So this was something I was reading, right? Sorry to change the subject on you. I thought it was really cool, and it applies to archery quite a bit. I was reading about Wyatt Earp.
Ooh, okay.
My son's name's Wyatt. It's kind of like his namesake type deal, so I thought it was cool.
Well, your favorite movie of all time is Tombstone, correct?
It's definitely up there. Yeah. I mean,
Was that where
Gladiators?
Was
up
there
there
it came from?
No, actually, my grandfather picked his name.
Where did he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
My grandfather Bob was. We were just sitting there eating crabs, actually, and me and Wyatt's mom were kind of struggling to agree on a name.
Did you have a name before that?
I had names I liked, but she didn't like
Seth
them.
Jr.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but we couldn't agree on a name, and he said Wyatt. He was like, "How about Wyatt?" And we're just sitting there eating crabs, and I was like, "I like Wyatt." And
He'll never meet another Wyatt as long as he lives.
they're out there.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's probably coming back.
yeah,
The W's.
yeah. I've heard a couple, but it's definitely not a common name.
Yeah.
But yeah, he picked it. So, and I'm cool as hell with it. Wyatt Earp's the fucking man.
The fucking
How
is.
many gunfighters from the Great Plains die of old age? That was
None.
a bad motherfucker, son.
He died in like 1920.
It was just, wasn't that long ago. Like
Yeah.
he died of old age. Yeah,
You fail to realize that the Wild West was like yesterday.
yeah, fucking 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty wild. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Yeah. So this is a quote from him in an interview, and they were talking about like fast gun shooting and stuff, and what his opinion on it was, and he said, "Fast is fine, but accuracy is final. Learn to be slow in a hurry. The most important lesson I learned from those proficient gunfighters was the winner of a gunplay usually was the man who took his time. The second was that if I hoped to live a long time on the frontier, I would shun flashy trick shooting, grandstand play as I would poison." I thought that was interesting, especially that first part there, that fast is fine, but accuracy is final.
I mean, you've been saying it since episode 1. Fast is smooth, smooth is fast.
Yeah, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yeah,
That too.
That old saying. I think that's a military saying.
Yeah.
I'm not positive about that special forces guys, but and that applies to archery so much.
Oh.
Like, dude, yes, you want a fast arrow? Yes, do you want to? You can seem like especially that one part where he said, you got to learn to be slow in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, there's a deer coming in, and you feel like, oh, you get all rushed, and slow down, take a deep breath, be slow in a hurry. Yes, you're moving with purpose. Yes, you know that time is critical right now, but you can't rush it. You can't try to be fast about these things. You have to learn to be slow in a hurry. I thought that was really cool, and I thought that translated to what we do.
Yeah. Speaking of the Wild West, did you know like those gun duels in like the movies? Mm-hmm. When it strikes noon and they fucking draw their guns? That never happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry if it burst your bubble, but that wasn't a thing.
I'm going home,
Yeah,
dude.
that wasn't a thing.
What the fuck? You just ruined my fucking life. God damn it.
But yeah, that was never a thing. I just learned that like a year ago. Yeah, so what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm back.
Yeah.
So, what was the thing? What do you mean?
Like, you know, the movies hyped everything up, but like the clock strikes noon and you draw your gun, boom. That wasn't a thing.
Okay. I get that. I mean, kind of seems silly anyway. Probably just had gunfights like drunk as piss, stumbling out of the saloon like, I'll fucking kill you, dude.
But there was dueling. Like they would walk,
Well, yeah,
walk 12
sure.
steps, spin around, and shoot.
Yes.
But it was never like waiting for the clock to go bong.
Well, that's what Wyatt Earp was saying. He was like, a lot of the guys who would shoot from the hip, like, it was so hard to be accurate, and it was like quick, but like, you're just kind of playing the odds. Like, you hope you get a shot. He's like, most of the guys that won would take their time. They'd pull that motherfucker out, and they'd aim it straight at him and shoot him.
Yeah.
It was slower, but when you shoot, you fucking hit. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's another big one for archery. Like, all this, like, bullshit about broadheads and speed and how heavy your arrow is, the penetration. All that shit's great, but if you're accurate, it doesn't fucking matter.
You got 40 pounds and you hit the fucking pump station.
That deer's dead.
That's a dead deer.
Accuracy is final.
Yes.
And that's what's critical, and that's what everybody should be doing all the time in the off season, not just for the tack. And I mean, we're all guilty of it. All of us slack off from time to time, but hey, if you're accurate, you're gonna kill deer. It doesn't matter what poundage you pull, doesn't matter what broadhead you use, doesn't matter how many grains your fucking arrow is.
No.
If you are accurate, you kill deer. It's that simple.
That's fucking it.
It's final.
Yeah. I mean, FOC has just started to like rear its head in the past couple years.
Yeah. But FOC is related to accuracy because it helps you have a more stable
Yeah,
arrow
of
flight.
course. But like,
So it's a good thing.
I'm saying like, people just wanted to fucking be accurate back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do more.
Be just as accurate as possible.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much time you have. I think we've said this before. You don't realize that you have a lot of time, and you want to wait for that perfect shot. And this upcoming deer season, and even turkey season, I want to, if the shot's not there, I would rather not take it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I agree.
Some people would, and I'm guilty of this. Obviously, I did it a couple times last year. Would just, I can sneak that arrow in there.
No.
Nah. I want efficacy, is that a word? Over just getting an arrow in it.
Yeah. I'm with you. And sometimes it can be hard to make that decision.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because you just want that animal so bad. And I've been there. I've done it. And it's like, fuck, man. And I'll probably do it again.
Oh, of course.
I'm trying to get better at that. That's something I want to continue to get better at, is be pickier about my shots and try to, just make the most ethical shots that I possibly can. Ones that deer's going to go pile up within 50 yards. You know what I mean? Those are the shots I want to make. And I don't want to take risky shots anymore. I mean, because dude, there's nothing worse than shooting at an animal and not being able to recover it. I mean, it's fucking miserable.
How bad do you feel?
It's terrible. It's like, it's the fucking worst ever. I still think back to moments where I've done that, and it's just it sucks, dude.
I could pinpoint every deer to where I know I rushed and made a horrible shot, and I still feel bad.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Yep.
I never want to ever do that again. Obviously, the moon's aligned and it's the perfect shot, but shit happens. Obviously, you can't you can't do anything about that.
Yep.
But when you rushed a shot,
Yeah.
God, I feel so bad.
Yep. It's terrible.
And the other side, the non-hunters, they don't realize how much we love these animals and want to be ethical.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. I mean, anybody you talk to. And it's a lot of people, like people who aren't familiar with hunting or didn't grow up around hunters or anything like that, like, they have this, like, not all of them, but some of them have this, like, I couldn't ever do that. And it's like, yeah, but you don't really understand, like, why we do it. You know what I mean? Like, we do it for a relationship with our food. We do it because we love it. And it's not like we're out there with just some kind of bloodlust. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just, I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes you get a fucking bloodlust.
Yeah. But it's like 90, well, even then, it's not like it's not some fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, you're not trying to just
like psychotic pursuit for just killing shit.
Yeah,
it's like every time, even when you get that like bloodlust, where like I need to shoot one. It's with purpose and it's with respect and it's with like that animal's coming home with me and I'm going to eat it and I'm going to feed it to my kids. You know what I mean? Like there's purpose there, and that's we talked about that on another podcast where it's that makes all the difference in everything you do. Because if you're doing it without purpose, then what the fuck are you doing it for? I mean, you're just a sick fuck.
Yeah, you're a fucking sociopath.
Speaking of which, zombies
Hey.
or Skynet?
What?
It's a scenario. I can't remember. I just heard this somewhere. So, if you had to choose, Johnny, to be in a zombie apocalypse
Yeah.
or a Skynet, you know what Skynet is?
Terminator?
Yeah, that's where like AI and the robots take over. Would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse or a robotic cyborg apocalypse?
Zombie apocalypse. No doubt.
We're not talking about like fucking slow zombies. I'm talking about like fucking zombies that are fucking like I Am Legend zombies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get like the slow zombies or fucking cyborgs. No. It's got to be kind of level. You got I Am Legend zombies, which are like high. If you haven't seen I Am Legend, they're high speed. These motherfuckers run. They're basically like humans that are dead, but they run like full speed. They're fucking super vicious, violent, kind of smart.
Yeah, because they thought as well. Because they formed a plan.
Yep. They set traps and shit. Or fucking AI cyborgs apocalypse. Which one are you taking and why?
I'm still going zombie.
Still going zombies?
Yeah, because I feel, I feel like the AI is going to learn you and form a plan before you even know that you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, dude, like zombies they're fucking zombies. But, dude, AI, they're next level intelligent.
Yeah.
Like, they're smarter than we are. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you fucked. And that's probably the more realistic one that'll happen.
Zombies?
No AI.
Oh, yeah. Zombies.
Yeah, I don't think zombies is ever going to happen. I mean, hey, it might. But AI's, it might happen.
Speaking of I Am Legend, did we talk about the Will Smith thing?
Oh, jeez, that's fucking old news, dude. Fuck
I
that.
don't know. I feel like we might have. I don't know.
I don't know if we touched on it or not. It was just get fucked.
He's
dude.
a bitch.
Yeah, dude. Come on, grow up, man.
Jesus Christ. Just
Like,
because
talk
your
to
old
the-
lady's a whore.
Yeah, because she fucked around on you, dude.
God.
You got something to prove now, bud? Like, chill out, man.
I think we
Try
did.
that shit on Brendan Schaub,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I think we did talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, get fucked. Yeah, zombies. I would rather a zombie apocalypse all day long.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the fucking roof just fucking picking these guys off. And The Walking Dead, that's such a fucking... Obviously, it's fucking nonsense. You're not shooting a zombie in the head with a crossbow and you're not getting your fucking bolt back.
No, that thing is zipping through that fucking
His
zombie's
decaying
head.
hit skull.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah, a lot of that in Hollywood, man. Like, fucking archery is just shit.
With anything. I mean, come on. Try to be more realistic.
You'd think, and I think this all the time, like with Hollywood movies, if you're making a movie about something, why don't you get somebody who's like an expert in that and ask them about it? Mm-hmm. I mean, what the fuck? Like, especially like war movies and shit. Like you could listen to fucking Jocko. He did this thing of like reviewing war movies and talking about like how inaccurate they were. I think Cam Haynes did one on like archery.
Yeah, like
movies.
the Hunger Games and shit.
Yeah. It's like instead of just making shit up, why don't you have these guys before you make the movie come in and give you like advice like how to make it more realistic? Why wouldn't you do that as a director or as a producer or whatever? Like, I don't understand that.
And especially don't hand a loaded revolver to Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Jesus.
Like, okay. I'm pretty sure we touched on this. Like, I don't care if someone tells me, oh, it's blanks. No, you check that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm checking that motherfucker. Yep.
Get fucked.
Yeah. I'm not pointing a gun towards anybody without knowing what's in it. Even then, I still would be apprehensive about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't feel right pointing any kind of weapon at anybody.
Yeah, but you got to remember they're kind of desensitized to that because that's Hollywood. I mean,
They're not real humans.
No, they're not.
No.
They're so far removed from reality. This Will Smith thing showed that. I mean, like they're. It's like he was. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's a fucking joke. He's a goddamn comedian, bro.
Fucking psycho.
Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
It's fucking. What, I don't even know her name, but like, you see her face after he said that joke. She was like, and
Yeah.
Will Smith was laughing. They looked over at her, and it was like, oh, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
And then like to stop the whole fucking show, to scream at him and like belittle him, you're a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, fucking, sticking up for your
He's
old
got a lot
lady.
going on. Right. I get that. I get that. But that wasn't the way to do it.
No.
If you wanna stand up for her, all right, recognize the fact that he's a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
And pull him aside afterwards. Be like, hey, dude, check this out, man. Look, we got a lot going on in our lives right now. Our marriage is rocky at best.
Yeah.
Like, dude, fucking leave us out of your jokes. And I appreciate that, dude. Like, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all you had to say. Level with dude. I guarantee you Chris Rock would be like, all right, man,
Yeah.
sorry.
Shake his hand, give him a hug, and that's it.
That's it. It doesn't, you know, I gotta go there and fucking smack him, dude. Like I said, if you pulled that shit on a lot of other people, fucking Joe Rogan or Brendan Schaub, God forbid, dude, you'd have got fucking wrecked. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Like, that's not the real world. Like,
no.
if me or you did that in a fucking bar, we'd be in jail that night.
Yeah, likely.
It's fucking horse shit, dude.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Hollywood's a fucking scam.
They're all fucking douchebags.
I hate them.
Yep. You got anything else, Johnny?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Beers and Deers crew, me and JP Rambo,
Hey.
eating pussy and kicking ass.
Hey.
That's what we do.
Sucking dick and kicking ass.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.